Warning! The following episode of Orsini's Uncensored Mind contains explicit language and adult content. The thoughts and opinions stated on this show are reflective of A.J. Orsini, the Steve Dave, and their guests exclusively. Seriously, guys, my dada and uncle say some pretty crazy stuff. If it offends you, go be butthurt somewhere else.
Welcome to Orsini's Uncensored Minds, and now your host, A.J. Orsini with Dave.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's your boy, A.J. Orsini here once again with another episode of Orsini's Uncensored Mind, episode 291, ever so close to the sexy number of 300, but we are here with another episode. Lots to discuss, but don't let the question mark fool you. Deceive Dave, are you there?
I am indubitably here.
Indubitably, as opposed to what would be the opposite of indubitably?
Just outdubitably?
Just dubitably. Regular, average, run-of-the-mill dubitably. You are here. So, we are here with another cut, rewind that back. I put the thing down, flip it and reversed it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that.
Speaking of which, I saw a performance not too long ago of, what's the girl's name? Damn, I'm drawing a fucking complete blank right now.
You're doing like me.
I got that ass on the mind. Hold on 1 second.
Wait, what?
I'm going to tell you right now. Hold on.
Oh, it's a thickie, huh?
Nelly Furtado. There it is.
No.
Nelly Furtado.
No, that was not... Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm relating videos here. That was Missy Elliott, what I just sang a second ago. But Missy Elliott took me to Timberland, which took me to Nelly Furtado and that ass. Have you seen Nelly Furtado recently?
Yeah, no, I'm okay.
You've seen it, or you just good with it?
Oh, I've seen it. I saw it at your house.
Oh, you did?
I'm okay.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's nothing.
All right.
No, yeah, we're good.
Oh my God! Look at you, just disparaging the.
I'm an enthusiast. Okay.
Okay, all right. You're not trying to put over no Johnny Come Latelys over here. She's just now getting into the thick game. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She was a late entry. He said, "You merely adapted to thickness. I was born in it." We are here to discuss quite a few things here today. Some news was made along the way between last week and this week. Let's go ahead and just get right into discussing.
Well, hold on. Before you start.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut you. I'm gonna let you finish.
Okay.
But first,
Kanye.
I wanna big you up.
Oh. Okay.
A little surprise for you. You got a round of applause button? Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
You're
I
not
do.
prepared. Oh shit, you were.
Yeah.
Okay. Go on. I just want real quick.
Uh-huh.
I want to big you up because you finally did it, and I'm proud of you. You ready?
Okay.
You finally didn't take me seriously. All right, hit the button. Hit the round of applause button. Hit it. I'll explain. Don't worry. Just hit the round of applause.
I can't find it right now. But
Oh,
all right.
you suck. All right, whatever. It doesn't matter. Listen.
I'm in my drops folder right now, and I don't have it. I don't know where it is.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Uh-huh.
This is all a troll. The point
It's all troll.
is that last week you asked me if I was gonna finish Squid Games.
Correct.
And I'm here to tell you now, boys, I did not. And I went all of Monday trying to come up with a cool way to explain to you that you need to take it off the list.
Uh-huh.
And you did not have it on the list.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't trust me, boys.
No.
He's a smart man. This is a fucking smart. He's finally
You-
learning, boys.
You knew I would fail, and for that, I applaud you.
Boys. All right, I just want to call. That made me so happy, dude. I pulled up the dictionary. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna pick this guy up, dude. He finally didn't fucking take me seriously, boys. God, I've been waiting all my life to not be taken seriously. Oh, fuck,
Hold on.
that was so good. That made my day. All right, you can continue on your intro now. I just wanted to pick you up, King.
Oh, man. Oh, you can't hear it. I just realized now. I just played it, but hold on. Yeah. All right. Well, yes, no, it's not on the list because I had a deep, dark-rooted feeling. Here's the planning, right? Get inside my head for just a second, right? I didn't, well, I thought that was insinuated, but okay. I did not put it on the list. However, if you look at this list, I wasn't married to the second one. So I was like, if he pulls a rabbit out of his ass, I'm switching one of these motherfuckers out. We're getting into it. But I planned for both. I planned for both. That's what happened here. So it was like I'm
It
more
was
than
intentional.
What was intentional? Leaving it off?
The thought was in your head that I would not pull through.
No, it wasn't a thought. We knew you weren't going to fucking watch the whole fucking thing.
Dude, that makes me so happy. Dude. You know how much pressure just fucking lifted off my shoulders? God damn,
were you feeling like that kid going to class knowing he doesn't have the shit to hand in yet? It's just like...
Yeah. Oh, my God, dude. Such a great feeling.
Oh
man, this could be a good show today, boys. I'm excited.
You didn't get a chance to hear it, so I'll play it for you now. Here you go. There you go. There you go.
Hey, man, that ain't for me. It's for you.
Yeah, that's all you, big guy.
That's all you, man.
Well, since we all anticipated my brother would drop the ball, here's what we're going to have on the show today.
Come on, don't keep us waiting. What's going to happen on the show today?
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I'm not sure you knew that, but that's a scientific fact. There's medicine behind this. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and one of the most popular breakfasts or breakfasti in the world is obviously cereal. I would like to have the debate. It is time to discuss who is the ultimate box of cereal. Also, last year, around this time, we did a little something with the NFL because we were getting close to the Super Bowl. For those of you who are unaware, the Super Bowl, regardless of what happens in sports, the Super Bowl is always the number one show on the air, regardless, right? The NBA has its issues. I have debated putting that on the list to discuss here, but I just don't have it in me to go through another bitching session. But every sport right now is going through it. The NFL, for whatever reason, stands tall and stands supreme as the Super Bowl is right around the corner. We have our 4 finalists. The NFC Championship game and the AFC Championship game has been settled. We will discuss. Also, Dave got a chance to gloat and to beat his chest when the U.S. title tournament was over. Today, I shall beat my chest. I shall crow to the sky as I selected the Intercontinental Champion correctly. We'll discuss that. What if is the beginning of a new series I'd like to begin here on the show. What if, where we're going to take certain moments in history and decide what if something had gone just a little bit different, how would that have changed the outcome of the wrestling future? We will discuss that topic, or we've picked a specific topic here today, and it involves TNA. More on that as we proceed. And, of course, our main event for the evening, the WWE and TNA have signed ink to paper. There is a joint partnership that is taking place business-wise between the WWE and TNA. Not only will we discuss what that means for their relationship today, but I would also like to discuss what that really would have meant to both companies if this would have happened, say, about 20 years ago. How much different the landscape would have been or could have been had this happened oh so long ago. So that's going to be our discussions for the day. And, of course, before we get underway, I am contacting you right now through Where are we at here? Through the StreamYard. And I'm going to share, because we're going to do this together, me and you. So give me 1 second. I'm going to do present. I'm going to share screen. And I'm going to share that screen. Can you see the screen, sir? Hello.
Oh, my fucking, who hit that? There's a ghost in here.
Who hit the button? Can you see the screen that I'm sharing?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I have it pulled up as well.
But I don't think you have it in the order that I have it. I think it randomizes every time you refresh.
That's why. Okay, that was going to be one of my questions.
That's
okay,
why. That's why I figure we'll do one that we could both see at the same time.
So then, did you manually do it yourself?
It allows you to do it randomly or to customize the bracket. I felt it was fair to just randomize because I don't want to I don't know how this is. I don't. So it's completely random. But I believe in fate. The best cereal is going to win this. Let's just call a spade, okay?
Fair enough.
The best show is going to win this. So anyway, let's get into our first segment. Let's talk about what's going on with breakfast.
Let's begin segment 1.
Segment 1 begins with exactly what I just mentioned before. We're talking about cereal. Now, not everybody has a good relationship when it comes to their particular cereal, but I, an intellectual, love cereal. I can't eat it dry. It drives me fucking nuts that my son refuses to put milk in his cereal. I just want to choke him and start over again. But I love cereal. I know you're a big fan of cereal. We were sharing a story with our wives not too long ago concerning our cereal eating habits when we were children. With the soup spoon, we had just taking it back just a little bit. We used to devour the cereal with the milk, with the big bowl and the soup spoon, and we went diesel with the cereal. We didn't sit here with boxes like civil human beings. No, we had sacks and satchels of it. Just bags upon bags. We were slapping down cereal bags on top of the fridge like they were bags of rice. Just plopping it. We were building up dams like in the New Orleans levee. Just cereal bags on top of each other, one right after the other. And so we know a little something. I'm just giving you guys a little bit of the rapport, a little bit of the background. We know something about cereal, okay? There's different factors here. Got that sugar factor, right? Some cereals kind of stand above the others with their own natural tastes. Some use an unfair advantage. They throw some marshmallows in there, pure sugar. That's not even that's not even slick sugar. That's right in your face, just marshmallows. Okay. Another factor I'd like to bring in, if you're open to it, when discussing these cereals, I gotta bring up the milk. We gotta bring up milk. I feel like sometimes the cereal is good, and then you get that after cereal milk, and it just fucking takes it it takes it to the next level. Like it turns that B plus into an A minus. It's like right there. I feel like it should be a part of the conversation when discussing cereals. So what we have here is I have set something up here through Ultimate Cereal Tournaments, right? It's at bracketfights.com. I love this website because it does a lot of interactive things when it comes to making brackets. When I've used brackets in the past, I've usually literally made my own brackets. So this one was a much easier process. I enjoy it. So this is just, they took a listing of some of the best-selling cereals out there on the market today. And we're going to discuss, they're in tournament form. The seeding is completely random, which means we're probably going to get some matchups early where we're like, fuck, that's a poor matchup early. That's a good cereal that might be going down. Or we might get two booty-ass cereals going at each other and slipping into the second round to give somebody else a bye. You know how these tournaments go. It's random, and we're going to sit here and we're going to discuss. So, here we go with our Ultimate Cereal Tournament bracket. Not to sound arrogant, but I think this might be the most intellectual segment we ever do. I think we're going to open some eyes here. We got a lot of positive feedback with our Thanksgiving Day food stuff. So this is more food. You guys should enjoy that. Yes. A lot of my buddies cracked up when we were doing the Thanksgiving food stuff. So the cereal, think of this as like my food sequel segment. Okay, this is us going back to food and I'm giving the people what they want. They want more food. Let's talk about food. Let's talk about cereal. So in the first round, our first round matchup here is going to be chocolate toast crunch against Trix. Now, no marshmallows, so we're on even keel.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Are we grading these through the eyes of being a child, or are we going to actually criticize these as adults?
I'm just going based on preference and taste, to be honest with you. There's no right
as a kid or as an adult.
That's tough.
Because if I'm grading Cheerios as a kid, it's going to lose every time. But as an adult, I ain't gonna hold you. I kind of grew into some stuff. That's why I'm just trying, am I acting like a kid here, or can I judge it from like my perspective right now?
I haven't been a kid in a long time, so I'm using my perspective today.
Okay,
to be honest,
I just wanted to know before we go in. That's
to be honest with you, because if you're gonna go through the eyes of a kid, you're gonna go with the sweetest shit possible. Right?
That's why I'm trying to say.
Okay, well I think we've evolved as human beings. I think our frontal protuberances are in perfect working condition. I think we can rationalize the cereal outside of just sugar, gimme.
Tier lists, tournament brackets, and like one top 10 list have been like one of my favorite things that we do on this podcast. I just want to make sure that we give this a good go, or I give it the proper respect it needs. I don't want to phone this one in. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's do this.
And I appreciate your candor and your honesty of it. So we're back to the first matchup here. Chocolate Toast Crunch and Trix. Now, as I was saying before, no marshmallows, so there's no extra factor here. We're going pound for pound. Now, as you just stated, we're going through our adult brains. I have an affinity for the Chocolate Toast Crunch because not only do I like it, it's one of my son's favorite. For a while now, that was the only breakfast he would take to school. He was obsessed with it. This is a big family hit, is the Chocolate Toast Crunch. It's huge in the house of O. I have a box in the other room right now. Having said that, I fucks with Trix. I like Trix. I like Trix. I do. Call me corny, but I also love the fact that it's the only cereal that I can think of anyway. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's the only cereal where the cereal is shaped like the flavor of its taste. I think that's awesome. We got grape Trix, banana Trix, apple Trix. This is cool shit. Where do you land on this matchup? Chocolate, Toast Crunch, and Trix. What's happening?
So I'm like breathing heavy because I'm having a tough go here already on the first bracket. I feel like Chocolate Toast Crunch is a knockoff cereal, and I also think Trix is a knockoff cereal.
Okay.
I don't like the chocolate version of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I think Trix is a knockoff Fruity Pebbles. So it's crazy that they're going up against each other, but I would have to give the edge to Trix because I'm not a big fan of chocolate, and I don't like the way they did. I don't like the way that one tastes too much. It's a little powdery, the chocolate. Yeah, I'm good. I think Trix gets the edge on this one.
You think Trix? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and co-sign Trix. Here we go. I'm clicking the button. Trix. Boom.
There we go. What do we do here for tiebreaker? Like, how are we judging this?
No, I think
we'll figure it out.
I think we can figure this out, right? Yeah, I did think
we'll figure it out.
When I first set this up, I was like, "Yo, we might need a third vote on this," but we're adults.
That's all right. If I feel strongly about something, I'll just cry and complain until I get my way. It's fine.
Yeah, act like a millennial. Just
absolutely.
Just sign off.
We'll revert back to kids in this bracket. When we get to that point.
We'll revert back to factory settings. Stomp your feet and make a big deal out of it, and then sign off aggressively. That's all you have to do. You know the zoom sound when you leave. That's it. He's fucking gone. Fuck you and your chocolate cereal too. This next bracket, again, this was random. So we have Honey Bunches of Oats, honey roasted, with the Maple Cheerios. This is a healthier matchup here.
Yeah, this is a healthy matchup.
This is a healthy matchup. I'm not going to front. I got the honey roasted in the house right now, Honey Bunches of Oats. So that's I dig the Cheerios. I've never tried maple, but I do love the cinnamon. They have a new one now, but it's just like a cinnamon with protein or whatever. Digging that. But
the protein. You talking about the protein Cheerios?
Yeah.
I love those. Those are so good.
Those are good. Those are definitely good. But of the two, I'm going Honey Bunches of Oats on this one. I love, and they got this one is just the honey roasted, but they've got other flavors as well. They got the almond, they got the vanilla, they got the cinnamon. This is a pretty good one too. What you got? Who you got?
I'm gonna have to go Honey Bunches of Oats here.
There you go.
I did prefer, although I think the honey part, if I remember correctly, isn't as potent as like other cereals. Like for instance, Honey Nut Cheerios, I think has more of that flavor than the oats.
Yes,
but the little nuts and almonds they put in them are so good.
Yeah.
So I think
this is a bad Cheerio matchup because I don't know about maple.
It's a bad Cheerio. If that was Honey Nut Cheerios,
oh no, yeah,
this is over.
This is a different conversation. Yeah.
Oats got to pack it up, bro.
Yeah.
There's no way they could compete.
Yeah.
But they got an easy first bracket.
And listen,
So,
I love the fact that Honey Bunches of Oats is bringing the heat, bringing the thunder. They're coming to play here. But Honey Nut Cheerios is the veteran. They've been around. They're a proved, time tested, and proven cereal. There's no way that they would have overcome. But Maple Cheerios does the job here. We'll move on here to the next bracket. This is Honey O's with the big O and Cinnamon Cheerios. Now, this is where we flip it because I just said a second ago, I fucks with the Cinnamon Cheerios. I love the Cinnamon Cheerios. Have you tried that one yet?
Cinnamon Cheerios. That one? No, I've not tried that one, but I could imagine.
But I can imagine.
I can imagine it's good. It's good.
I'm not big on.
I'm not a huge cinnamon guy though.
Okay.
That's the only thing. But anyway, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say as far as the O's go, not the most famous version of that. I don't know. I think I've only had that once or twice. Not all that impressed by it. I personally would give the edge here to Cinnamon Cheerios. What do you think? What are you on here? Have you tried O's?
Oh yeah, I don't like those.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I don't like those. Yeah, I don't like those. I would give Cheerios the upper hand here. Yeah, for sure.
All right, give the Cheerios the upper hand here.
Oh, this one's gonna get killed quickly, dude.
All right,
oh,
cinnamon.
No. This is an assassination, dude.
This is a 1 seed versus an 8 seed. Cinnamon Chex against family-sized Hershey Kisses, the cereal. And I feel like I have to add that. I can't just say Hershey Kisses. I have to say Kisses, the cereal. Just so everybody's aware.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, this is a for me, this is an easy one. Okay. I'm interested in what you think.
I'm going Kisses on this one.
What?
Yeah. I listen. You're going what? Cinnamon Chex?
100%.
Oh, you know why you're probably have you eaten that a lot recently?
What, Chex?
Yes. Chex.
Cinnamon Chex?
Yes.
No.
Oh.
No.
So what are you so gung-ho about?
Because Chex is amazing.
Have you had Kisses?
All right, to be fair, see, that's the problem. We're running to a stalemate. I don't really like chocolate.
No. It's not a stalemate because this is what I'm going to tell you here. It's not a stalemate because you just said 2 seconds ago that you are not a big cinnamon guy, right?
Yes.
I am a big cinnamon guy. So, of the matchup, if you were to tell me right now, like, gun to your head, bowl of Kisses, bowl of Chex, I do enjoy Kisses. But if I've got to choose the superior cereal...
Okay. From now on, this is how we're treating the entire bracket with what you're saying right now.
Yeah.
That's how we got to treat it. It's Chex. Period.
Well,
you put Hershey Kisses in front of me, I'll eat it.
Right, yeah,
But
exactly.
if I have a choice,
Yeah.
or like you said, guns in my head,
Yeah.
bro, I'm throwing the Hershey Kisses out the window.
I dig the cinnamon flavor more than I dig chocolate. The reason why I said chocolate initially off the gun was because my brain immediately said, "Oh man, Kisses is great." But if we're doing a bracket right now of what's the superior cereal, cinnamon. I don't know. I love fucking cinnamon. And someone's gonna listen to this and go, "Oh man, that's gonna pretty much script out the rest of this tournament if he's just gonna keep picking cinnamon cereals." We haven't gotten through all the cereals yet because there are some cereals on this list I find better, far superior than anything cinnamon on planet Earth. So I wouldn't get hung up on that. But I would give you cinnamon checks on this one.
Yeah, cinnamon checks, 100%.
Cinnamon checks. We're still in the first round here. Count Chocula, the OG, against Life cereal.
That's a tough one. Life cereal's good, and it's one of those like bland cereals.
Yeah.
I feel like Life cereal is really good because of its texture.
Oh, okay. That's a different angle to take. All right. We haven't mentioned texture for any of these from so far, so that's a good one.
But I just think this is an unfair matchup. Because I think Life should come out of the first bracket. But
this is a bad matchup.
Tough.
See, this bracket becomes easier if we did the kid version. If we were thinking as kids, this would have been
what? I don't know.
No child would have picked Life over Count fucking Chocolate.
I don't like
fucking way.
chocolate.
Ah, okay.
I don't like chocolate. So if I have to choose between these two, I'm gonna go Life cereal. I prefer to eat that.
Oh my god!
But at the end of the day,
you're eating Life cereal to extend your life. You're making a health decision here.
I know that kind of contradicts my pick here, but I think overall, if I'm thinking about, I think the Count Dracula chocolate is the better cereal. It just is. I'm sorry. I personally would choose Life because I'd have to be in like a mood for the chocolate, but the chocolate one would technically be better.
All right, Count Dracula. There you go.
Is that what you were going with?
That's what I'm going with.
You don't like Life?
I don't like Life cereal, no.
Oh, how'd we get the mirror match?
Yeah, okay. This is Sub-Zero versus Scorpion right here.
Oh my god!
Crispix Original against Frosted Krispies. Now, hear me out now. If you would have told me Crispix versus Krispies, this would be tough. I feel like Frosted puts it over the top just a little bit, just a smidge. It's not the usual Rice Krispie cereal. It's the Frosted Krispies.
This is an easy dub, dude. The Frosted. I'll tell you what, though. The better matchup would have been Rice Krispie Treat cereal versus the Frosted. That's what I thought the bottom one was until you read it.
Yeah, nope. That's just the Frosted Krispies. But still, I still give it the dub here between the regular Crispix and then the Frosted Krispies. Yes, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. Yeah.
All right. Oh, boy. Here we go. Pops cereal against Frosted Cheerios. Ooh.
Oh, that's a
what?
Ooh.
Yeah, think about that one.
I don't like Frosted Cheerios.
Okay.
I also don't like Pops.
This is
but do you want to know why? The fucking texture.
The text. Oh,
I hated the more like nugget type cereal rather than like the round cereal. I don't know. And the way the Frosted was, that the Frosted wasn't like, it was more like a glaze than something else. I didn't fucking like Pops. Me too. Our mom used to buy Pops a lot. I fucking hate it when she bought that shit. And I don't know if the other cereal that I really, really hate that she bought all the time is on here yet. But that one's going to get an automatic L from me if I see it. But
I think this
hurts me because I'm going to have to go Pops, unfortunately, versus Frosted.
Explain.
I just don't like the Frosted. I've had the Frosted Cheerios. I just don't like them.
You know what bothered me about the Pops? The foil bag in the inside What was that about?
Yeah, I remember that.
What is that about?
That shit was trash.
But it wins here, I guess.
But it wins here.
Somebody's going to get an easy win on the next ones.
Oh, my God.
Pops advances. And the last matchup on the left side for the first round, Kicks and Wheaties.
Easy win for me, dude.
And which one is that? Kicks?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going Kicks.
Oh, my God.
I can't.
Kicks, a Wick classic, dude. Oh, my goodness.
I'm sorry. I can't fuck with the Wheaties, bro.
Dude, fuck. It don't matter, dude. Kicks? There isn't another cereal on the fucking market that has a flavor like Kicks. It's just different.
And then that's one of the few cereals where you could add the sugar, you could not add the sugar.
Dude, Kicks is fucking kid tested and mother approved.
Oh, across the board. What a focus group. What a focus group. There you go. That's
Dude,
it.
that was such a good cereal, man.
Kicks. They still sell that shit.
Do
All
they?
right. Yeah, they still
gotta
sell
find
it.
it.
Oh.
I gotta
all right, we're on the
find
right
it.
side of the bracket here. Cocoa Puffs against Apple Jacks. Wow. Okay. Shit.
I also don't like either one of these. But
okay, but you don't like chocolate.
but let's say that I do.
Okay, let's.
Jax is just a superior cereal.
Okay, all right.
You can't get Jax is one of the cereals that is quite unique. There isn't a lot of apple cereals out there.
Facts.
And it was good. And the mascot, the Jamaican cinnamon stick.
Oh, Jesus.
Dude, it's got to be racism, but it was delicious.
Simon, like that. You come and eat the Apple Jacks, man.
Dude, it was so good.
We're going
it's
Apple
good.
Jacks.
Apple Jacks is a strong cereal, man.
This is fucking crazy right here, bro. This is the clash of the Titans right here. There's no wrong answer with this. Fruit Loops against Crunch Berries. Bro. I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep tonight. To send one of these motherfuckers home in the first round. Shit. What you got?
It's got to be Captain Crunch, man.
Oh, man. Don't do it to me.
It's got to be Captain Crunch.
But that's not regular Captain Crunch. That's the berries,
listen,
bro.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
But
life isn't fair.
Life isn't
okay?
fair.
And what wasn't fair to me, this isn't the one I was referring to, but this is also another cereal that she would buy all the time. And I swear, I don't know if I'm the only one that noticed this.
She being mom. Go ahead.
Of course. When she would buy, sometimes she would do this weird thing where she would buy cereals that she would always buy. For instance, Fruit Loops, certain ones that were like Kicks, some of those that were a little bit cheaper, she would buy all the time. Then she'd buy like the good cereals, like some of the ones like Trix or Apple Jacks or like Lucky Charms and stuff like that, right?
Right.
And it always would feel like the only shit left where people would eat cereal every day in our house until these were the only cereals left. And Fruit Loops is one of those fucking cereals that I had to eat dry, and I wanted the good cereal, but the other one was already gone. I'm fucking sick of Fruit Loops, dude. I can't stand it. So, Captain Crunch, all the way.
Captain Crunch, all the way.
And that's what, berries?
That's the berries. That's not
dude, it wouldn't even matter if Fruit Loop was my favorite, dude. That can't win. That can't win over berries. I'm sorry.
Okay, Oreo O's against Lucky Charms.
Sorry, Oreo O's. You got a fucking bad RNG, buddy.
Oh, see, here's the thing, too. And I agree, Lucky Charms is the very clear winner. But Oreo O's, remember I said earlier that chocolate Cinnamon Toast Crunch was like my son's favorite for like a long time? Mm-hmm. When he transferred out of that, it was to Oreo O's. That's what we have 3 boxes of that shit in the house right now.
Damn.
And he again with the fucking no milk drives me fucking insane. If I could disown him without pissing off Steph, I would. Here we go. So, but it's with no conversation. This is Lucky Charms. This is a bad matchup for Oreo. Sorry to hear it, buddy. Reese's Puffs against Frankenberry. What is happening? Ooh.
Now, when I say I don't like chocolate,
You wasn't talking.
I don't like chocolate. Peanut butter is on the opposite end of that spectrum.
Really love
times 100. I fucking
love.
If you could put peanut butter on everything that I eat, I would eat it. I fucking love peanut butter. It's my favorite thing. Reese's has been like my favorite candy by force because the people that know I like peanut butter just assume I like Reese's, which is a different type of peanut butter, but still good. I'm going
Interesting. Wait a second. What do you mean it's a different type of peanut butter?
It's a different type of peanut butter.
Like processed peanut butter or something?
Well, it's just a different it's Reese's peanut butter doesn't taste like peanut butter.
Peanut butter flavor that does not taste like
I would say the peanut butter flavor in Reese's.
You said that shit like a professor.
I'm not done. I'm not done. And if you take your notes out, you'll fucking learn something. That Reese's peanut butter cup is closer to Butterfinger than it is actual peanut butter.
Oh shit!
I just blew everyone's fucking mind with that one, but you know it's true.
My God,
you know it's true.
Hold on.
Yep.
Hold that thought one second.
Your taste buds are thinking right now.
Hold on. I'm going back to the folder. Hold on. Let me see if I have it.
You better keep that fucking folder out, dude, because we're not even close to done.
Oh, man. I had... it's not in here. Okay. I got to organize this. Apparently, I have shit all over this folder. All right, man. No, but what you just said, fucking... I can't believe it. I can't believe that it was uttered out loud like that. But the Butterfinger is what kills me. Because as soon as you said it, I was like, oh, he's right.
Your first thought was, damn, that's peanut butter? Yeah, it's a fucking peanut butter candy bar.
Oh, my God. All right, we can't drag this on. So, wait a minute. So you're going Reese's Puffs.
Reese's Puff. Dude, dude, without marshmallows, that cereal is ass. Get the fuck out of here. No. It's Reese's. It's got to be Reese's.
Wow.
You know in your heart it's Reese's.
Oh, my goodness. All right. No, I'm going to give you that one. I'm not married to the Frankenberry, but I am. That's a classic, bro. The Frankenberry.
What?
Dude.
Frankenberry? Fuck him.
If we were ever to get you a merch shirt, that's what it'd be. Frankenberry? ? Fuck him.
Oh yeah. Did you move it over? You didn't even move it over.
No, I
didn't. Come on, we need confirmation.
I did. Right here.
Okay. I wanted to see. I'm sorry. I started laughing. I'm Asian. My eyes closed. Sorry.
Oh, Jesus. You know, I made that joke the other day. We were watching some show, and some Asian actor was shocked. And I was like, I've never seen Asian eyes that open before. That's crazy. Rice Chex against Golden Grams.
Oh, this is
that's a hard one. That's a hard one.
Dude, Rice Chex, man. That's another unique flavor.
Rice Chex?
That's another very unique flavor. Rice Chex?
I get it.
But Golden
Grams. See the way you just said that? Exactly like that.
Because here's the thing. Dude, this shit is so magical. I was just about to say, Golden Grams is a twofold snack, though. It's either or cereal or a big ass bag of Golden Grams. Eat it right out of the box, no problem, right? I know you guys, you could do that with a lot of the cereal, but this is literally made to be like double.
I know.
But Chex is one of those cereals too.
Yeah.
Chex is also one of those. You can eat it right out of people buy Chex out of the bag right now at the grocery store. Same thing with Teddy Grahams. Oh, that's fucking tough.
That's fucking tough.
No, I mean you're gonna have to do this for me. I can't make this decision.
I can't make the call.
You're gonna have to make the call.
I'm leaning towards the Golden Grams.
Okay, I'll allow it. Whatever you pick, I'll allow.
Now I just
stop closing my eyes. Just kill one of them.
I clicked it already. I need you to do me a favor. For soundbite purposes, I downloaded something that I was looking for, but I couldn't find it. I just found it now. I need you to say the Butterfinger line again.
The butter. Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay. What is it? Okay, so
He's trying to remember what it was. The Reese's piece. The
Reese's peanut butter and peanut butter are two different flavors.
Uh-huh.
Reese's peanut butter is closer to Butterfinger than it is actual peanut butter.
That's what I was looking for earlier, and I couldn't find it. Okay. All right.
Shit. Want me to say it again louder for the people in the back?
Oh, you need to say it louder for the people in the future. Like it's more fuck the back of the room. This needs to be spread through eons. I've never heard. That's the name of this fucking episode. But moving forward,
that should be your fucking first reel for the channel.
There it is. The fucking peanut butter conundrum.
Yeah,
there it is.
That's what you should name it. The peanut butter conundrum. Make it a reel, and then try to get it the original, the first saying, the first time I said it.
I'm gonna take the first time you said it and add the horn to it. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah. There you go. And put that shit up. That's our first reel.
That's
right
the
there.
one. That's the one that's gonna piss everybody off on the internet, baby.
Let's go.
They're coming for your head for sure.
Man.
They're coming for your head, kid.
If it hurts, it's because you know it's true.
Oh my god. Corn Flakes versus Frosted Flakes in the next round.
I'm about to leave and come back when this is over because I can't be involved with this. These are two colossal
icons of the industry, son.
This is finals right here.
Oh, I don't know about finals.
These are two finalists.
You're wilding now. I don't know about finals.
Listen. I know.
For as long as Lucky Charms breathe air, don't tell me that this is an automatic.
Just hear me out, though. It's just like they're just the OGs of the game.
I'm telling you.
You know how many people are alive today because of these two cereals right now?
Listen.
You know how many kids have food in their belly because of these two? I'm talking breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm talking... Their chickens were coated in this when they made baked chicken.
Their chickens were coated in this,
bro. They shouldn't even. These two should be hosting this tournament. They shouldn't be in it.
The cereal tournament brought to you by Frosted Flakes and Corn Flakes. And a co-promotion between Corn Flakes. They're retired Hall of Famers.
Oh my god!
They're
again. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to take the lead on this one. I can't do it.
Here we go.
I can't see the look on that chicken's eyes because I feel like I know where you're going.
Frosted Flakes, my guy. They're great, son. It's happening.
Mascot alone is the reason
They're
why,
great. Dude. Yeah, I know. Frosted Flakes, dope-ass athletic tiger. This tiger skateboards. This tiger fucking parasails. This tiger does it all. He lives life, and he bases a tremendous diet off of Frosted Flakes. The other box has a cock on it. We have a clear winner.
My God, dude, how does fucking pop cereal make it to round 2 and Corn Flakes don't?
Oh no!
What world are we living in? Oh my God!
In the next round here, Cinnamon Toast Crunch Churros against Chocolate Chex.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go Chex. I'm gonna have to go Chex.
Chocolate Chex.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Chex, and it's just because, just straight up, I think the flavor of the other one is better. Texture. If I'm going on a cereal binge, I'd rather be eating 3 bowls of Chex than 3 bowls of the other cereal.
I'm learning so much about you from this fucking tournament. I didn't realize you were such a big fucking Chex guy.
I love Chex.
You're a big fucking Chex guy. I didn't come into this knowing that.
My favorite Chex is just the original Chex.
Oh my!
Oh well, and of course, I don't even put it in the bracket because it's so above everyone else. The peanut butter one. The mud peanut butter Chex.
After everything you've displayed so far with your peanut butter knowledge.
I mean, that should have actually just... The fact that I have to explain to you is pissing me off. But you
assumed you had to explain it to me. Don't fucking get hot at me because you decided. Go ahead.
Original Chex. You know what makes the Chex mix bad? is that there's other things inside of it instead of a full bag of checks.
The only thing bad about checks is that I don't have more checks.
More
That's
checks.
it.
Exactly. I fucking love checks, dude.
That's the only thing that could make this better. More checks. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right, then. So checks it is. And our final first round matchup, this will go a lot faster now because now we've got it all out of our system. The average everyday Cinnamon Toast Crunch with the Eggo cereal. I'm sorry, bro. This is an easy one for me.
Go for it.
You're not going to like it, but that's Cinnamon Toast Crunch for me.
No, I'm with you. We agree for the first time. Yeah, 100%. And this breaks my heart because Eggo is no slouch.
No.
Cereal.
Don't let my overconfidence lead you to believe that I dislike that cereal. It's just I'm big on Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Anywhere else on the bracket, except for next to Reese's Peanut Butter, this is a dub. Eggo is a win.
Eggo is a win,
not against Cinnamon Toast.
So we're back at the top. Trix and Honey Bunches of Oats, Honey Roasted.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is where your journey ends, Honey Roasted. Your nuts aren't going to save you today.
Honey or otherwise, your nuts are not saving the day on this.
Sorry.
Trix, for sure. What's happening here? Doop. Oh, no. I'm right-clicking for some reason. What's that? Aw.
Yeah, that's weird.
Is it this? It was in the way. It was a pop-up. Good. Trix.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Cinnamon Cheerios. Cinnamon Chex.
Oh, no, you go, because you're the cinnamon god.
Toe for toe, toe to toe, mano y mano, only one
cinnamon one-on-one.
Oh. You sounded like a drunk Mexican when you said that just now.
I tried my best to do it. I'm glad I pulled it off.
You were about a couple of Presidentes in when you said that. Let me see.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so as the cinnamon guy, I guess I will go ahead and put my 2 cents in here. I dig the Cinnamon Cheerios. I dig the Cinnamon Chex. I'm going to take a page out of your book, and I'm going to go, for me, the Cheerios is a better texture for me.
Yes.
I like the texture of the Cheerios, but both of them have some pretty noteworthy cinnamon flavor. I like both of these, to be honest with you, but I'm going to have to go with the Cheerios on this one. I think this is a dub for the Cheerios.
Wait.
Okay.
Oh, you curveballed me, dude. I thought you were going Chex the whole time.
I said Cheerios.
You roosed me. Yeah, because you were bigging up Chex so much. Now my head stood there. I blocked out everything else you said when you started bigging up Chex.
All I said was that I liked Chex.
Yeah, and my brain turned off the moment you went into Cheerios.
And then I said a whole paragraph about how fucking great Cheerios is.
For every time, as you kept going, whenever you said Cheerios, my brain just said Chex.
It filled in when you...
Cheerios got the dub. Cheerios got the dub. Let's move on.
It filled in what you felt was the far superior answer, which was the Chex. It's like clearly, as big as he's talking, he's clearly talking about the Chex. There's no other thing.
He's making a mistake, but I don't want to embarrass him in front of everybody.
Count Chocula versus Frosted Krispies.
Bro, yo.
These two are so different.
Count Chocula is clapping cheeks in this bracket, dude.
Yeah, this is an
easy one.
This is an unfair bracket for him too.
I'll tell you what. If melted marshmallows were involved here, Crispy Treats would have the advantage. But unfortunately,
you're talking about the Frosted Krispies with the marshmallow.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we just unironically melted some marshmallows and made these into squares, I don't know, dude. Crispy will have a better chance.
See, I don't like that. I don't like that explanation though, because it's like, man, if only Rice Krispies was better, it would win. It's like, but it's but it's not. But it's not, and so
it's not.
No.
And I know one would argue that even then the chocolate might still win.
What was it? Was it Micah Persons the other day talking about the Dallas loss recently? He's like, you take away the last 30 points or whatever, we win the game. I'm like, no shit, dude. Of course, because that's how math works. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, let me see. Pops and Kicks. I think this is an easy
Easy.
one for Kicks. Yeah.
Easy. I'm glad to watch Kicks just slaughter Pops. Kicks is everything Pops wish it could be, bro.
Kicks is that like the dude on the cover of the romance novel, and Pops is the guy who's handing it to the lady. Going, I'm sorry I bumped into you, lady. Fucking, it's the slow version of if it wasn't for that matchup, Pops wouldn't have been that far. I'm just saying.
No,
But
it
Kicks.
wouldn't have. Easy win for Kicks.
Apple Jacks and Crunch Berries.
Now
Bro.
we're starting to get into the nitty
Bro,
gritty.
Apple Jacks is on some Dirk Nowitzki shit. Why has he got to battle legends all the way to the crown, son? What is this going on? Apple Jacks and Crunch Berries. Okay, so Jesus. Listen, you said it earlier. Apple Jacks is kind of one of a kind in its attempt at its flavors with the apples and stuff like that. In its first matchup against Cocoa Puffs, you kind of get it, right? Because there's a ton of chocolate cereal, not a lot of apple ones. You can kind of give them the edge on that. Crunch Berries.
So here's the thing, and I'm gonna do the same thing you just did for Apple Jacks with Crunch Berries. Crunch Berries, Captain Crunch cereal. The people who made it are one of. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is from my memory. Is one of the first to give the people what they fucking wanted. And
yeah. I know where you're headed.
Take these little bullshit ass squares, which I love, by the way, out of this, and just give me the fucking berries. And you know what?
They listened.
It did it, dude.
They did it, son.
These two are innovators.
Before Sonic got fixed, they fixed Captain Crunch cereal.
Oh my god! And that's not because Captain Crunch is amazing too. If it didn't destroy the roof of your mouth, that's the only negative.
I don't want
it. Good. It's so good, it destroys your mouth.
If it doesn't, I don't want it.
Yeah,
I don't want
for
it.
the nostalgia.
Get rid of this box. What is this? I would go back to the store. This box is defunct. I want my money back. What is
this? Is really, really, really difficult. But I'm gonna have to go Apple Jacks.
Oh,
I just I close my eyes and I think of all of the memories of eating both of those cereals. And man, Apple Jacks, the more I think about it, is such a good fucking cereal. It really is. My wife would murder me right now. Captain Crunch Berries is her favorite cereal of all time.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. She would kill me right now, but I'm sorry, dude. Apple Jacks, mascot.
I gotta keep it a buck.
The coloring of the box is different. The mascot is different. Their commercials were better. The flavor is good. And out of cinnamon cereals, I don't know if it's because of the apple flavor, it is by far the best cinnamon cereal there is.
Oh, my God. I said at the beginning, I would like to factor in the one thing hardly anybody ever talks about, and I guess it fits here because these two cereals, to me, have the best milk. These are two of the best milks in the whole cereal game.
Berry milk versus apple milk?
Oh, my God. I don't think I've been this erect since we conceived my son. This is crazy.
Oh, my God. I'm going Apple Jacks, dude. I'm sorry. Apple Jacks. The more we talk about this bracket, I'm starting to, I feel like I didn't put enough respect on Apple Jacks.
I don't even want to click. I don't want to click either one. I feel like flipping the coin at this point. I'm just I don't know. I don't know what to do. All right, no, Apple Jacks. Let's go for it. Let's go Apple Jacks. Let's get on there. Lucky Charms and Reese's Puffs, or as you put it, Butterfinger cereal.
Yes, both sounding delicious, by the way.
Yeah, why haven't they jumped on that? Isn't there like a cereal, a candy bar to cereal connection happening all of a sudden now?
They have Reese's stuff. To be honest, so
no Butterfinger.
Yeah,
we don't have a Butterfinger cereal.
No, they dropped the ball there.
they dropped the ball.
I love Butterfingers, man. They're good. Here, I'm gonna have to go against myself, but I cannot fix my mouth to say that Reese's Puffs is better than Lucky Charms. I just can't, dude. I can't.
Lucky Charms is on the list. That's it.
I can't. My wife would listen. I did it to the berries. Oh, you know what? Shit, she might even kill me either way.
Let's not share this clip with your wife.
I think, okay, she might get pissed at me, but I truly think Lucky Charms is her favorite cereal. But she loves them both. She eats them. She doesn't even use milk for either one of them. She just eats them both out of the box. I literally get it.
I'm feeling a load of disrespect that this conversation's been going on this long.
About what?
That I feel that Lucky Charms is being disrespected, that we're even discussing it for this long.
I said it was Lucky. Listen, I want to fucking say it's Lucky Charms, okay? We already know this.
I didn't
said
need
it.
you to say it. We all know what it is.
I'm trying to make it so that Reese's Puff doesn't hate me after this. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, you're trying to let it down gently.
Yeah.
Golden Grams and Frosted Flakes.
And this takes me back to the beginning where I say, are we judging this like children or adults? Because right now, today...
My answer is the same kid or adult, so go for it.
I'm sure it is. I would go Frosted Flakes.
Of course.
When I was younger, I did not like Frosted Flakes. But something around the teenage year to adult...
as you matured...
I just started... I don't know, it just tasted different for me. I don't know. Listen, I'll leave it up to you. But I would go Frosted Flakes, but I want you to make the call on this one.
Okay. I'm going Frosted Flakes.
Are you really?
Yes, I am going Frosted Flakes.
Wait.
Okay, let me explain.
Wait, are you doing that because of what I said? Did I sway you with my words?
No.
Or were you going to do it already?
I was going to do it already. And
okay.
And
I'm shocked.
Here's why. Golden Grams does provide a different flavor than the Frosted Flakes, for sure. It's obviously something different. But in times of need, in my lower moments in life, for some reason, I've always had a bowl of Frosted Flakes in front of me and not the fucking Golden Grams. And we've had Golden Grams in the house, both when we were kids and now here in my house. Not recently, but definitely around the time,
right.
Before Alex's time, when I had a life and I was actually a human being and a person, and not just Alex's fucking dad. We would have we would have the Golden Grams in the house or whatever. There's something you were saying before about some of the classics, the Count Chocolates, the Frankenberries. There's just something timeless about the fucking Frosted Flakes. There's something about Frosted Flakes that just, I don't need to add cereal. It feels intimate. It's me. It's a bowl. It's milk. I could eat Frosted Flakes in a room with candles in it.
Dude, it's the epitome of nostalgic childhood.
Of the Frosted Flakes?
Frosted Flakes. Frosted Flakes is the embodiment of that meme that says everything is fine and all the house is burning, but the dog is sitting there drinking coffee.
There's something...
That's Frosted Flakes.
There's something comforting about Frosted Flakes. It's never going to leave me. It's a consistent... Frosted Flakes has been more of a consistent relationship with me than my own wife. And we've been together 21 years.
Dude, I get bullied in school. I'm the youngest kid in the house. I get all the shit. My parents are divorced. They don't even see me anymore. No one knows who I am. But I have Frosted Flakes.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know how else to depict this.
I wish when Kurt Cobain was at his lowest, somebody had given that man a bowl of fucking Frosted Flakes. It would have solved so many of his issues. We would still have him making music today, next to Sting and U2.
Oh my! Fair enough. I
don't know how else to explain it, and I know people are gonna be haters in the comments. If you are listening to this right now and you think that Frosted Flakes is a bad pick, you know what you need to do? Go eat a bowl of Frosted Flakes. You'll feel differently.
You'll start to cry.
But not like the boo-hoo kind of cry. The slight tear at a sunset kind of cry. You know what I mean? A real sensual. Frosted Flakes is the bath bomb of cereal. It's the most calming fucking thing. It's candles by the tub. It's lofi in the background while you're going through emotional issues. It's Frosted Flakes. Jesus Christ. We have Chocolate Chex against Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Okay. I take your silence as an answer.
This is a gimme.
Okay.
Unfortunately. Yeah. It's Cinnamon Toast Crunch for sure.
Okay. All right. You sure you don't want to piss off your Chex fandom here?
Nah, I'm not that dedicated and committed to checks. It just so happens to be good.
All right, Elite Eight.
Like,
good.
oh shit,
Elite
oh,
Eight.
shit.
Tricks.
I mean, this is an easy win. I feel like Tricks should not be this far, but it got a fucking easy bracket on the top left, dude.
I don't know. Tricks
It
and
got
Cinnamon Cheerios. You're giving it to Tricks?
I'm personally gonna give it to Tricks, but I'm open to hear your stance.
No, I'm going Tricks.
Do you prefer Tricks?
I between the two, yeah. I think Tricks is up there, yeah.
Cinnamon and Cheerios to me is just not okay. I don't know why. Couldn't tell you. I would say texture again, but at that point, I'm sure people are tired of hearing it.
That horse has been properly beaten.
I don't like those two things together. I don't like cinnamon. I don't like Cheerios. No, thank you.
Okay. All right. Tricks it is. Oh, why did it?
Tricks should not have fucking made it this far. You know what's fucked up? Because if Chocolate Toast Crunch made it past the first round, I don't think it makes it this far.
Say that again? If what?
I think if Chocolate Crunch
wasn't his first opponent
won the first round, it would not have made it that far.
Yeah, you know what?
It would have lost to Honey.
It would have lost to Honey. Yeah.
Yeah. I would have. Yeah.
Well, hold on. Count Chocolate and Kicks.
This is tough.
Ooh, baby. What are we doing?
This is tough.
What are we doing?
I'm gonna have to go with Kicks.
Wow.
Kicks, again, Kicks is a very unique flavor.
I would say Kicks is very underrated. Very underrated. But yes, Kicks.
I think you want to know the truth? I feel like if we held a poll on if just by itself who likes Kicks, I think you would be surprised how many people would say yes. But I think it's just because nobody talks about it.
Oh.
I feel like if you were to ask someone, they would say but like they wouldn't bring it up on their own. You know what I mean? Like,
oh man,
like no one talks about it, but they all love
it. They all love it. But
they all love it.
It's not going to be viral and hashtagging anytime soon.
Oh my god!
Apple Jacks and Lucky Charms. I feel bad for Apple Jacks. Apple Jacks.
Damn, you just gonna go for it, huh?
No, not as far as the pick. You just said a second ago that Tricks. You feel like Tricks has had an easy road to get to where it's at. It's in the Final Four right now, and it had an easy path. I feel like Apple Jacks has been the Dirk Nowitzki of this goddamn. He's got to go through legends to get to the fucking crown. By the time Tricks gets to the finals, if it gets to the finals, Apple Jacks will be crawling in on a sharpnel-infested leg and then just limping into the final bracket. It's Danielson with the hurt ribs. He's like, holy fuck, this fucking cereal has been through so much. Will it survive this? Apple Jacks and Lucky Charms. Ooh.
Listen, I gotta let you make the decision.
Don't do that, because I'll make a decision.
I know.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I'm saying Apple Jacks.
See, you said that because you knew where I was headed. You knew 1 second ago you were like, I'm going to let you decide. And then you felt the vibe in the room and you went, you know what? Before I let this motherfucker hang, I'm going Apple Jacks, bro. You know the real answer to this question.
Look.
You know the real answer to this question.
You're
trying to create an underdog story right now.
I feel so strongly about Apple Jacks that I am open to letting this go to a coin flip.
You know what? We haven't done one. I'll do one right now. Hold on one
because
second.
I'm willing to stand on Apple Jacks being better than Lucky Charms.
Okay, but hold on. Before we do that, let me. I'm going to turn my camera on. Can you see me?
Yep.
Okay. So we've got the tail side, which I think has like a little.
You had a coin. That's crazy.
Well, I got coins behind me. There's a whole bunch of change back there.
Fair enough.
That's pocket change. We've got a tails here, and we've got a heads here. So here we go. Obviously, top bottom, right? Jacks will be head. Lucky Charms will be tails. We flip. Boom. I'm not looking, and it's.
Let's go!
It's heads. Let's go! Apple Jacks with the goddamn with the run of the century.
Yes, dude. Let's go.
Oh, no, and the upset has taken place.
Yes.
Apple Jacks continues its run of glory. Frosted Flakes and Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
This is actually tough.
It is tough. They're very close. I don't think there's a really wrong answer. But
Because let's take the argument that you said before. Let's go with the other argument. Your camera's still on. Let's go with
That's
the
fine.
other argument.
I'm sorry, I'm hurting your eyes.
No. Just in case you were like grabbing something, whatever.
I'm folding laundry while we do this.
I know I do that sometimes too. The milk that both of these make is different.
Yeah, it's
It's different.
Well, hold on. Frosted Flakes.
Yes.
Unlike the other cereals where you're going to give the milk credit for its diversity and taste, this is just pure milk on steroids.
It's literally getting a cup of milk and dumping just raw sugar inside of it. Which I've done, by the way.
This is human growth hormone milk. This is different. This is the kind of milk that would get disqualified from the Olympic Games just at the medical process. This is hiked up shit. This is super. You were saying before about the Crunch Berries? Bottle ups. Just sell Frosted Flakes milk at the store. And watch the profits just go through the goddamn roof.
All right. My pick is going to be Frosted Flakes.
I'm going Frosted Flakes.
Oh, my goodness. I can't believe that happened. Okay, good to know.
All right.
I'm blown away by it, but I think that's the way it's supposed to be.
The four that are left. We've got Tricks and Kicks. One of these is going to the finals. And I think we're ready to shock the world.
Unfortunately for me, I think this is an easy pick. For me.
You're saying unfortunate. Are you going Tricks?
No.
Oh, you're going Kicks.
Yeah.
I was just going to say. I said I'm prepared to shock the world right now.
I feel like most people are going to go for
Tricks.
The flavor one. Yeah, like I said, it does remind you of Fruity Pebbles a little bit. So I can imagine most people like, yo, you're crazy. How could you pick Kicks over? But, bro, if you've never had a bowl of Kicks, then you've just never lived. You've just never lived life. But I'm going Kicks. Kicks is just so much better.
Kicks goes to the goddamn finals. I can't believe I'm saying that sentence out loud.
As it should.
Oh, I was going to say, I hope we didn't lose our progress. Here we go. Kicks to the finals. Apple Jacks and Frosted Flakes. Listen, part of me kind of wants to do Apple Jacks just to make the Cinderella story work. I'm so invested right now. It's crazy. Apple Jacks is the fucking the 12th seed in the NCAA tournament who's getting into the final for the George Mason University of cereals. No, but Frosted Flakes, again, I stand by everything I said before. It's comfort food, man. It's right there. But Apple Jacks has got that something different.
But the problem for me is Apple Jacks has just as much as a comfort thing as Frosted Flakes. I ate a lot of Apple Jacks. And that's the thing. It encompasses two flavors that I don't even necessarily like. I'm not a big apple flavor person or cinnamon. I started this with saying I don't fucking like cinnamon. But something about that cereal hits. And if you remember, it had like the Fruit Loop type shape.
Yeah.
But it also had those little nuggets of bursts of cinnamon on each one.
Like almost like cinnamon flakes that were just
that were like embedded in the each loop. One.
Yeah, and the best, but that's what makes the milk.
Say it.
That's what makes.
Are you about to say what I think you were going to say?
Oh, I was just. I said that they're embedded in the loop, which it makes the milk better because they fall off the loop. Like
yes,
they start shaving off.
Sometimes you hit the gold. And you get the loop where the hole is filled with the cinnamon.
Oh my god! I just came.
And it's got a bite because even though it doesn't lose that like hard candy type of bite to it.
Yeah. This is
I'm
hard.
sorry, bro. I don't
Frosted-
even think you went into this expecting Apple Jacks to be as good as it was. But as the more I talk about it, I'm gonna go buy Apple Jacks. Like next time I go to this,
I kind of want Apple Jacks now too.
I
But
don't even know if they still sell it.
Frosted, of course they do. Frosted Flakes and Apple Jacks. Which one do you want? The wife or the mistress? Because Apple Jacks is exotic, man. It's one of a kind. That's that one random Argentinian bitch you've never seen before. That's just, oh my god! But then you've got the comfort of your own home.
Sure, but I mean, if
the
you're
beautiful
me,
house, the 2 kids, the white picket fence, a bowl of Frosted Flakes. It's right there.
I mean, if you're me, you marry the exotic. So I got both. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, mine's just plain Jane Puerto Rican. There's nothing really.
I got some Middle East in mine, so
Yeah,
let's go.
you got that. That's the kind of seasonings Columbus was looking for. You got it right there in your house. So, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I mean, I've already put my vote in, so it's up to you.
Apple Jacks it is. Here we go.
Apple Jacks, it fucking
And now
is.
we have the finals. This is it. There's nothing more. Why is
Oh my god, you're going backwards.
I know. It's fucking. There we go. Kicks and Apple Jacks for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Dude, something about like this, the kid inside of me, bro, is fucking crying right now. Like, we need to do it. I'm
gonna drop a bomb right now. I'm gonna drop a bomb right now. You're gonna disagree. You're more than likely. I'm going Apple Jacks on this.
1000%.
Okay, there we go. For the same reason
you jumped off the bridge, and you didn't make. I didn't have to think about my goodbye. I just went with it.
I didn't have to. We're doing this together.
Yeah,
I'm going Apple Jacks.
Unfortunately, without a shot of a doubt, Kix is, and this means a lot because I really have Kix up there as one of my favorite cereals of all time. Apple Jacks is way better than Kix. It just is. It just is.
As much as you've been putting over Kix, to get to the finals and say some shit like that.
But that's how good Apple Jacks is.
Apple Jacks is one of a kind, baby. One of a kind.
It really is a very unique cereal. I don't know if they have any new ones like that are kind of similar to that now, but in that time, no, man. I don't know. Apple Jacks is just that fucking good, dude. You know what? I'm probably going to forget I said this, but during our thing coming up, I think I'm going to eat a bowl of Apple Jacks.
What, the round table?
Yeah.
No, I want to reach out to see if they'll sponsor the fucking round table sponsored by Apple Jacks.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
so
baby.
good, man.
So we've got it here. We've got our... Damn it, man. We've got our final. That's it. We've got our final. We have.
Where did this come from? Did someone say something, or have you just? Is this something just from your fucking head?
If I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I've been sitting on this idea for a long fucking time. I've had the only reason why I didn't do it earlier is because of what I mentioned at the beginning, which was that I usually make my own brackets. So if I'm gonna be doing anything bracket wise, I have to really be into the idea because I have to sit there and make it. So I'm like, but this one I have a ton of ideas for brackets. So did it randomize the cereals, or did you pick the cereals that was in it? No. So what happened was I started noticing when I started shuffling around the cereals that it was practically the same cereals. It was just changing order.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, all right, because it also says that I can customize. So if I wanted to add my own cereals, all I had to do was go to Google, get images, but then I'd be making my own brackets. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make it fair. I'm gonna shuffle it a bunch of times, like a deck of cards. I'll shuffle it a bunch of times, and then whatever we wind up with is whatever we wind up with, and this is what we got.
Next time you have something like this wide scale, let me know a little sooner, because I think this would have been really the only way to have make this a little more fun than what it was is I would have looked up the best, like a list, and kind of picked the top how many, because I wouldn't have put both Cinnamon Toast Crust in there. I would have just put the best one in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So next time, I like that.
Listen, it wasn't a perfect system.
No.
I'll pick a different topic for this, but you might want to check out this website, because this website is pretty cool. It figures these things out.
Because I don't know. I don't know. Oh, yeah, that was good. I'm happy for Cinnamon.
We
not
went
Cinnamon,
tremendously
Apple
over on this one, but it was a lot of fun. So I'm going to keep the next segment a little short, which is fine, I guess, because I don't want to cut it completely because I am kind of excited for it myself personally. So really quickly, I guess we'll get into the next segment.
Next up, segment 2.
Segment 2 revolves around one of my favorite non-wrestling sports, and that is, of course, the game of the football, the American football, the pigskin. Last year we kept up on the playoffs pretty strictly. We did not do that this year. A lot going on, and to be honest with you, I just really didn't get. It really didn't catch. It didn't get me like it did last year. I liked a lot of the matchups last year that we had. This year, maybe not so much. Also, not for nothing, I'm kind of done talking about the fucking Kansas City Chiefs, who yet again, for the 7th straight consecutive fucking year, find themselves in yet another AFC Championship game. We will once again see them in a matchup against the Buffalo Bills, which is the 3rd time they'll be meeting in the postseason. And I saw a hilarious meme. You'll understand this joke because you're old school like me. That this is the 3rd time the Buffalo Bills have competed against the Chiefs with an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl, and they've lost 3 straight times. They should be due, because what kind of a franchise would lose 4 straight important postseason games? Surely not the Bills, right? They would. Oh wait, I forgot. Yeah, they would. They're the exact franchise that would do that. They're the only ones in history who have. So Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills will take on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City. My intrusive thoughts won there. We'll combine. We'll go head to head for an opportunity to go to the big game, the Super Bowl. On the NFC side, it's an East Coast. It's a Upper East Coast rivalry with the world title opportunity on the line. The Washington Commanders coming off of the greatest fucking upset game I think I've ever seen. It's not the greatest upset in history, but if you had watched the game, listen, I thought I was bugging, to be honest with you. Let me explain my situation when it comes to Washington and Detroit. Did you see the game by any chance? No, right? You didn't.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Let me explain to you how I saw the game. This game was a mind fuck to me. It was a complete mind fuck. Me and my wife had a date night on Saturday. We went out. Sans the boy. Okay, just husband and wife. Went out. We did a little paint stuff, little activity. We went to one of our favorite restaurants to eat. And then we wound up at a pool hall, played some pool. It's a Saturday night, so it was jam-packed to the rafters. There's a bunch of people playing pool. But we got a table to ourselves. We're doing good. And they got games all over the place. Okay? One of the games, the screen closest to us is the Detroit Lions and the Washington Commanders game. And it's on and it's playing, and we got drinks in our hands, and we're playing pool. And it's my turn, and Washington scores a touchdown. I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. This game ain't supposed to be close. The Lions is supposed to beat the teetotal shit out of Washington. So, all right, Washington got to jump on it. If I'm the Commanders, that's what I want. Score big, score early, set the tone. Like Shorzy would say, you have to set the tone, boys. Got to let them know you're here. Set the tone. And so Steph went, and then I went, and before I went, they scored another touchdown. And I went, oh, look at that. They're doing really good. That's pretty good. So they scored a touchdown, and they kicked the ball to the Lions because now it's their turn. I take my shot. I look up. They scored another touchdown. I said, what the fuck is happening? Because the offense is not even on the field. And the table next to me, it was a pick six. They picked them off. I said, what?
Damn.
And then I go again. I look up, and the Lions just scored. And I go again in the Lions to score. And then I go again in Washington to score. I said, what the fuck's happening? Every time I fucking looked away from the TV, it was another goddamn point on the fucking board. I was like, what is happening? This was a high-flying event. They went off. They just went toe-to-toe, bang for bang, buck for buck, and the Washington Commanders walk away with the goddamn victory. And I can't help but look at the quarterback of the Washington Commanders, Jaden Daniels, the rookie sensation who has set the world of football on fire. And yet again, my shitty-ass Giants are sitting here in the war room wondering what could have been. Because both of their mistakes from the start of this season are now competing in the NFC title game. They let go of Saquon Barkley for figs in a dream, literally nothing. And he goes to Philly and almost sets the single-season record in rushing yardage. And we didn't draft Jaden Daniels, despite all the experts saying that's the way you should go. But we can't draft a quarterback because we just paid our quarterback a bunch of money, and he's going to be our starter moving forward. He's the future. And in the same season that they let him go, they cut the quarterback of the future and didn't draft Jaden Daniels, and now he's playing for the NFC title as well. So the mental instability of my organization has helped the other two in the division compete for an opportunity at the Super Bowl. So I'm extremely unecstatic about this. But the way that Washington has played and the way that Philly has played, this is going to be, as JR would say, this is going to be a slobber knocker. These two teams are going to they're going to collide.
Yeah.
Massive man-on-man action here. The Chiefs and the Bills, I need help. I need help. Do you know that in Patrick Mahomes' career, every fucking season of his career has been a playoff or an AFC championship or a Super Bowl victory? Every fucking year of his existence in this league?
He's got it.
He's got it all right. And you and I have been watching sports for a long time, and all I ever keep hearing about the Chiefs, the refs, right? The Bills aren't playing the Chiefs; they're playing the Chiefs and the refs. The refs are gonna give it to them. The refs keep giving it to them. The refs are gonna allow the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. I don't know how much stock I put in just the refs. I think this team makes quite a bit of mistakes for people to capitalize on. They just don't seem to capitalize on it. By the way, FYI, the Super Bowl performer this year is Kendrick Lamar.
Right.
And I'm going to go ahead and go on a limb now and just let everybody know I will not be watching the fucking Super Bowl halftime show this year. I have no interest.
Why not?
I don't like him.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm not a fan.
You more of a Drake guy?
I guess by default, if I have to choose, if I gotta choose,
because really that's what this. Because unfortunately, that's what this is pretty much turned into.
I know, but I listen. I don't care much for Drake either. I like his music. I can say that about him. I do like Drake's music better than I like Kendrick's, I don't have a problem with Kendrick. I don't like him as a rapper. I just don't like him. I don't feel like he's got much of a cadence. His voice is annoying as fuck. And I don't know. And it hurts more that every time I take a breath, I hear that fucking song. I hear it on Sirius. I hear it on regular radio. I hear it in commercials. I hear it on TV. I hear it on YouTube as a suggestive. That fucking He Not Like Us video song was fucking
Not
everywhere.
Like Us? You don't like that shit?
No.
Shit blew up.
Hell yeah, dude.
I don't think most people would have liked it if it wasn't aimed at the person it was aimed at.
Yeah, I know. Same
It's
song,
catchy, though.
same song, but it's against like some random hood nigga from somewhere else, and no one gives a shit. Which is why Drake is suing. It's only famous because the first motherfucker to ever sue after losing a rap battle or a rap beef. But to be fair, and I keep saying this to people, oh, Drake's not from the streets. That's not how we handle. Well, he never said he was from the streets. A and B, he's also the first Jewish rapper to be in a rap beef. And I don't know if you've ever met a Jew, but it's not far out of the realm of possibility that litigation will take place.
This is classic behavior.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
To be expected.
Remember what Judas did. I'm just saying. If Judas could do that, he's not above suing a motherfucker for financial, reasons. He's like, hey, he made money off of calling me a pedophile. Yes. Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Yes,
a lot.
He did.
A lot of money.
So will you by any chance be watching any of these games?
I would like to. Honestly, it's not a matter of me not wanting to watch. It's just remembering. I just don't be fucking remembering. Dude.
Well, I figured it'd be hard to avoid it where you're at. You're in Philly.
Let me tell you something. I understand to what you said, yes. But however, I'm not out and about.
Oh, okay.
So it's I don't run into people. I go to work.
You're going to go to the supermarket and hear it, nigga. They're going to be all over the place. Oh, my God. We're going again.
Yeah,
we get one more shot at the Chiefs.
One more shot. We'll see.
I'm rooting for Buffalo because I'm sick and tired of this franchise getting jerked around the way that it's been jerked out. I have been watching the Buffalo Bills suffer and lose since the fucking 90s. Give these motherfuckers a win. I'm rooting for it. Anybody but the Chiefs. Hashtag. Or I'm supposed to say it the other way. Hashtag. Anyone but the Chiefs. There you go.
Yeah.
Next topic.
It's time for segment 3.
I get to beat my chest. I was right. My gloating is not as good as your gloating was. Your gloating was loud.
I'm pretty loud.
Yeah. Well, Dave had successfully predicted the winner of the Women's United States Championship tournament as being Chelsea Green, although, let's be honest, that was a pretty obvious pick. But, whatever. To each his own. He got the pick. He deserves his flowers. When we brought up the bracket for the Intercontinental Championship, I had a sneaking suspicion after Lyra Valkyria took that massive bump for Nia Jax at the Queen of the Ring tournament that we would see some gold in her future, and this is how we got it there. The Intercontinental Championship, Lyra Valkyria and Dakota Kai in the finals got bumped from the Netflix episode debut, but came out swinging on the next night, and we have a new champion. I got a chance to watch this whilst my wife was sick as a goddamn dog. And but here we are. Lyra Valkyria, the Women's Intercontinental Champion. Did you get a chance to see this match by any chance?
Yeah, I watched it.
What did you think of Lyra? What are your thoughts?
I think she's good. I believe I said that. When we first talked about the bracket, I say I kind of like her. I think she's good. She's good, and they're doing exactly like I said that I really hope they would start doing, and start giving these mid cards their mid card shine, like putting them where they need to be to get the experience. I know it sounds very negative. I don't mean it in a negative way, but put them in the position, I guess is a better way to say it, to be able to show out and do something that makes sense and can be competitive. And I think that's exactly what they did with these two belts.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
What did you think of the entrance? Because I got a kick out of she's doing the thing with the wings, and you can hear the audience going, "Caw!" I was like, what the fuck are they doing?
She gave me Beth Phoenix energy too.
Ooh, yeah. She's a little bit more petite than Beth Phoenix.
No. I don't mean visually. I just mean the mannerisms and stuff. She would. I think she did that. I'm pretty sure it was her. Did the little thing with her, hands above her head. I don't know. It just gave me
yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I get that. Yeah. Well, that's a very queen-like, regal-like body movement, I guess, with the whole deal. And I personally I like it. I also like the fact maybe this was done on purpose. I'm not entirely sure, but I love the fact that the U.S. champion is a heel and the Intercontinental champion was a face. I dig that.
Okay.
It gives us different types of storylines that we can do now for the title. I'm very curious to see how that's going to work with the mid card titles now, which I'm starting to get the sense already that you can kind of get the vibe that that's those two titles now officially being around the waist of someone kind of makes the women's roster. I'm starting to see the split where it's like, I mean, who are the legitimate opponents for Lyra, but then who are the legitimate opponents for Rhea? So, like, there's levels to this now. So it's like, all right. So, like, Zelina, maybe Candice. Okay, you guys got Lyra, but then we've got Nia for Rhea. We've got Liv Morgan for Rhea. We're starting to see different classes of talent here, which is good, I think, personally. It gives everybody something to strive for. The only thing I don't see any fucking tag teams.
Good.
I'm not. But what are we gonna do with the women's tag team titles? We need challengers.
I don't think that is the women's division's
strength.
Needs not even just strength. I don't think that needs to be their focus right now. That's not where they're lacking. I guess I'm trying to say, right? Like what they could do to improve it would be flexing out the talent a little more rather than stacking the top. Because that's what women's division to me has been, is stacking the top and promoting their top talent. But that really gives the middle and lower nowhere to go or develop. Because if you put one of the two new champions against a Bailey or whatever, we're just assuming you're feeding them to them. So it's just that I think that's where the division is. And with this implementation here, you get somewhere for that lower card to work on, and that'll start to flush out and level out the women's division where they're able to build their talent rather than now we're stuck with this talent because how are we just going to take one of these champions that now and put them up there if we want to push them? So I think that's where their focus should be. Tag team, that's the men's division problem right now. They have a good flex of talent across the board where you start to grow. We're starting to grow with these people no matter what, I guess you want to call level or status they are. We have them across the board. We believe in them all across the board. We're enjoying them across the board for the most part. So they can focus on the tag team. Women, don't worry about that shit right now. Let's get our talent flushed out a little bit better.
Let's get them flushed out just a little bit more. So, congratulations to Lyra Valkyria becoming the first ever women's Intercontinental champion. We will see where that goes moving forward. And we're off to the next topic.
Segment 4 is finally here.
It definitely is finally here. Now, I don't have a graphic for it yet, but I want to continue this as a series because I think this is an interesting point of conversation. So, I wanted to do my own little what if category, right? And I didn't mention what it was about earlier, but I will go into more detail now. This particular what if, we'll say, it's almost like Marvel Comics, right? So this is like issue 1 of my what ifs. Issue 1. And what this is, what I wanted to talk about here was Jeff Jarrett, who has his own podcast, was asked the question considering Abyss. Do you remember Abyss in TNA?
Yep.
One of my favorite big men of all time. Got a chance to meet him, got a chance to work with him. He's a fucking teddy bear, but at the same time, he is serious about this fucking business. And I always respected him. I always had love for him. He didn't want to hug my wife because he was sweating, because it was right after a match, but she was like, I don't give a fuck. Get in here and give me some of that flavor right here. And so he's just a really cool dude. And so I want to read something that he said, an excerpt here from the podcast, to to get more of an idea of what we're talking about. So the what if scenario for me is, what if Abyss hadn't stayed in TNA and actually took his talents to the WWE, and we're talking about during the height of Abyss, when he was like at his absolute best here. So the podcast is called My World Podcast. Jeff Jarrett is obviously one of the hosts there. He has a co-host that helps him out. I don't have the gentleman's name in front of me. But he was asked, was there any concern in 2004 that Abyss would leave TNA for WWE? For those of you who don't know, TNA itself started in about 2002, and Jeff had a lot of unknown talent on the shows in the beginning of TNA. A couple of, Shamrock was there, R-Truth, Ron Killings, which is his real name, which he used in TNA. There were a few people that, faces that people knew, but for the most part, a lot of indie talent, a lot of foreign talent. Abyss was one of those standouts that came from the indies into the TNA setting and just got over immediately. So, and that's in 2002. So in 2004, they're asking him, in 2004, was there concern in TNA that Abyss would leave for WWE? Jeff Jarrett said, super concerned. And it goes on. During this time, Bob Ryder was, again, a man who wore a lot of hats, but Bob always had an issue when he tried to serve two masters. The easiest thing was to be good to the boys, but, be an office member. You can't serve both masters ultimately. Bob was very aware of everyone's contract situations, and he let it lapse. His contract lapsed with us actually having, not even really having the ability to sit down and negotiate. So I was very concerned, irritated as hell at Bob Ryder, but wasn't exactly sure how it was going to play out. And you have to remember that Abyss was a guy that, he was on our first show, but he went to Puerto Rico, and when we came and got on board, he was figured in at the highest level from the day he returned from Puerto Rico. And man, when I tell you, it's hard for me to imagine in a lot of ways the success we had without Abyss. The success we had without Abyss, because look, if Abyss would have jumped right in right now and gone to WWE, there's no doubt he'd still be exactly where he's at today. For those of you who don't know, he works as an agent backstage with WWE. He puts together a lot of the big man matches because he's a thinking man. He thinks about it. He processes it. He doesn't mind going back to the well. He doesn't mind taking input. He doesn't mind speaking up and saying, no, what about this? He's a team player. Coachable, teachable, smart, thinks it through, knows the difference between a big man match and a little guy match, and different blends and X Division and tag matches and main event matches versus everything you need in a producer/agent/coach, if you will. But during this time, I was frustrated that we were going to lose a guy that we had put so much stock in. I don't remember all the ins and outs. The thing that I remember the most was Bob, I don't believe, was particularly being honest with the ham that was feeding him, and it wasn't the first time. So then he was asked on whether Abyss made a mistake by not going to WWE. So because the opportunity was there. I'm not entirely sure, because they're saying that he didn't have a contract. We were nervous he was going to go to WWE. It doesn't really speak to whether or not WWE even had him on their radar. I don't know if they were paying attention to the shows like that. But they asked, was it a mistake by Abyss not to go? He said, and I probably told him something to this effect. That's the way I saw and look. Me and Abyss have laughed a shitload together. We've cried together. He's been with me in some dark moments. I can't say enough. We give him a hard time, but I really can't say enough good things about the guy. But, and I probably said it maybe not as blunt, maybe I would have, but I would have something to the effect, Abby, you're going to have a run with The Undertaker. You're probably going to have a run with Kane. And if all goes accordingly well, which I have no reason to believe that you won't do fantastic business with both guys, then you're going to get a run with John Cena. And then it's going to be over because they're not replacing Taker and they're not replacing Kane. Cena is irreplaceable in his mark. They've already got monsters there, and so I think you're going to have a rocket attached to you. I have no idea where you will land after that, and so that's the gamble you're taking. The first 2 years are going to be a smashing success. I don't know where it goes from there. And I, probably said better than that. I probably would have said that to this day, and it would be what type of relationship could he have developed with Vince McMahon during that time frame. It would have only come down specifically to that. So I want to go. This is the what if series here. What if he didn't have the TNA contract to hold him down? He goes to WWE as Jeff predicted that he might. Jeff has a point, right? He's a big guy. Obviously, Vince has a history of taking big guys and feeding him to his monsters just to see if they could sink or swim. Abyss would have been. First of all, Abyss wouldn't have been Abyss. Let's put that out there. Soon as he left TNA, he would have been someone else. No doubt about it. They probably would have done something similar to the Abyss character, but there's no way he would have been Abyss. I've met the guy. I've worked with the guy. Just like Jeff says, he's a sweetheart guy. I think personally Taker would have loved him because he would have sold for him. He would have bumped for him. I'm talking about Abyss. Abyss would have sold for Taker. He would have bumped for Taker. He would have done everything in his power to make sure that Taker would have looked like $1 million. Kane would have been right behind him. Kane is Kane. Kane can make anybody look great. That's just his skill set. And I think him and Abyss would have been absolutely money. Those two were obvious picks. I think Jeff's right on that. If he would have gone to WWE, he would have been fed to those two guys. Programs, maybe, or just a series of matches. But the question would have been what happens after that. Because, in my opinion, some of my favorite Abyss matches were not when Abyss was in the ring with bigger guys. Some of my favorite Abyss matches are when he was with smaller guys. As a matter of fact, I will stand on this till the end of time. Some of Abyss's best matches was against AJ Styles. Now, I know there's a lot of human beings who live on this earth who can say that same exact sentence. But for a man of his size and speed, they had amazing matches. And I think if you would have put Abyss, what's this, 04 he said? So, let me pull that up. Let me do roster 2004 for the WWE. We don't have to go through all these. A-Train, Akil, Al Snow, Batista. This is pre-WWE champion Batista. This is Evolution Batista, right? I can see those two working out. Big Show, I don't know. Billy Gunn, yeah. Booker T. Dude, Abyss and Booker T. They had good matches when Booker T went to TNA, which was very shortly after this. Lesnar, but then again, it's Lesnar. Lesnar's going to have a good match with everybody. Abyss could have, Abyss and Bubba Ray Dudley. I'm looking at some names here. Charlie Haas, Chris Benoit, Prime Chris Jericho and Abyss. Ugh, we're missing out here. Christian. Then I'm just going through some. I'm going past the Jabrones. Eddie Guerrero and Abyss. Edge and Abyss. This is 2004. This is, I can see it in the picture. This is full steroid Edge. Jack to the gills Edge. So that would have probably worked. Why is Ernest Miller on this fucking list? Fit Finley and fucking Abyss. Goldberg's on here. Hardcore Holly. The Hurricane. Jamie Noble. Jesus. Jim Ross. JBL. As JBL. Like he's starting off as JBL here. John Cena. This is also pre-WWE champion John Cena. This is when they're on the come up. Kurt Angle. Mark Henry.
Yeah, that Cena he's referring to is not the Cena we know today. That was a different
he's
Cena.
Mixing up his timelines because if he's saying that Abyss would have been available in 04, this is Doctor of Thugonomics John Cena.
Which was still good.
Still good, but not cemented like he's trying to put it. That wasn't Super Cena.
What he said, my brain doesn't think he thinks Thugonomics. I think he thinks Cena of today's Cena.
Yeah, which is why it wouldn't have made sense, but yeah.
Yeah.
But even that Cena still would have been dope. Cena and Abyss would have been dope even at that time. Kane, again, we already talked about that. Kurt Angle. Mark Henry. Matt Hardy. Matt Morgan. Michael Cole. Fucking, I'm going down the list here. Randy Orton, young Randy Orton, '04 Randy Orton would have been dope. Rey Mysterio, Rhino, Flair in the ring, Flair. Not retired yet, Flair. Rikishi, Rob Van Dam, and Abyss. And I know that shit would have been dope because it was dope in TNA. When Rob Van Dam went to TNA. The Rock's on here, but he wasn't active. Ron Simmons. They wouldn't have put him on one-on-one. Scott Steiner, that would have been trash. Oh, shit, bro. Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon and Abyss. Come on. Come on. Shawn Michaels and Abyss. Shelton Benjamin and Abyss. You still there?
I'm listening to you.
Okay. Tajiri.
I'm listening. I'm fucking listening.
Tajiri. Test. Oop, I clicked on the button. Now, I forgot how ripped fucking Test was. I think it was a full-on goddamn beast. Triple H and Abyss. We already talked about Taker. Val Venus. William Regal. Fuck it. I'll throw Ultimo Dragon in there. I don't know why he's on this list, but he's in there. There's a few guys Abyss would have really had some serious programs with here. And I would have loved to have seen that. I get that. See, because after 04, what Abyss did do in TNA was pretty good, pretty cool. He had a nice run in TNA. I want to say up until about, like maybe 09, 08 or 09 or something like that, when TNA was really cooking. And he was doing the Abyss deal and the Joseph Park attorney at law thing. And he was mixing up characters and he was doing different things. He was really clicking. And then he just got really stagnant. Not stale, but there was nothing more for him to do there. And he just stayed committed. I wonder why he went specifically as an agent and didn't try to do anything in the ring. Maybe he was just too beat up. I'm not sure. But I asked the House of O, I asked you folks out there, what would have happened if Abyss would have left TNA and gone to WWE? What do you guys out there think would have happened? Do you think he would have been as successful? You think he would have? I think he would have become an even bigger star, for sure.
Yeah, who knows? And that's why I really like listening to it. It's just like, I don't know, man. I hate when people give fucking advice. Like that shit I fucking hate people who give advice. Because at the end of the day, I'm not saying Abyss feels this way, but if I'm Abyss, I can't live with the idea of what if I did what I thought I should have did as opposed to like take someone else's fucking advice. Because that would hurt more than failing. Like if I went in there, it wasn't for me, it sucked. Like I know someone was trying to screw me over.
Do you feel like Abyss was talked out of it? You think
I can't say that he feels that way, but from listening to him talk about it, it feels that way. It feels like he kind of like talked, like it was in his ear, especially when it's someone like you look up to or someone you respect or you like. When the advice is negative, like, hey, dude, just so you know, like, listen to what he said. You're going to do great. I think you're awesome. But you need to understand that, like, you're not as good at those guys and you'll never be as good at those guys. And it would be very difficult for you to be as good as those guys. So you'll have a great run.
I don't know if he's saying that he's not as good so much.
That's how I take it. But when you're comparing me to someone else, saying that they already have giants, to me, you're comparing me to them. Don't do that. Like, I don't like that shit.
I think he's saying, regardless of how good he is, it ain't gonna matter. They got guys already. They're not getting rid of those guys. I don't think he's saying that he's not good or not as good as those guys.
Yes, he's specifically saying that.
No, I think he's saying regardless of whether you're better or not, it don't matter.
Because you're not good enough.
No, because that's just Vince's people. That's those Vince's guys. Vince is not going to pick the best people. He's going to pick the people that he wants to pick.
Which are the best people?
Not always.
Hold on. Say what you want. I'm not saying nobody is perfect. He has not picked the winner every single time. On average, when this guy sees something, he saw something. And whether he made that person or that person had it in them. They just needed the opportunity. And he saw that and gave them the opportunity. Those are all variables we can't measure. What we can measure is that he took his daddy's bus ass company who didn't want to do anything to one of the largest fucking businesses in the world. So we cannot pretend that his people aren't good people. However you look at it, that's fine. So at the end of the day, when you tell me, no matter how good I am, I can't beat them for whatever caveat you want to put on it. It doesn't matter. The message is the same. It doesn't matter what you say. Could he be right? Sure. But you shouldn't be saying that to him. You should be encouraging him to try. If he's the friend you're trying to fucking say he is in what you're saying in this message. Because you're trying to sell to me that you're boys. But then you're also telling me that you pretty much told him you could never be the best because you could never be his guy or wherever the fuck it is. It's a negative message. So if he feels that way, I would feel like shit and I would be annoyed that I didn't try. That I didn't try or be pushed by my friend to do something that could be awesome for my career. That's what I hear and see when I listen to this and read this.
I think he was torn between a rock and a hard place. I think he does legitimately think of him as a friend, but he's also the owner of the fucking company. He doesn't want one of his top draws to just fucking bounce on him.
Then that's your friend. Then you're not his friend.
Well, isn't that what he said about what's his face, Bob Ryder? He said, "Well, you can't serve both masters." So it looks like he chose which master he was going to serve.
He's not your friend then. He's not your friend. And it is what it is. I'm not judging anybody for any of it. But the facts are, don't sell to me that he's your homie and then you fucked him for your own benefit, or at least talked him out of an opportunity to do something spectacular for his life for the betterment of yourself. That's fucked up.
The thing is, though, is I don't entirely think that end sentence was the most important part of the whole thing. When he said, well, it really all depends on what kind of relationship he would have developed with Vince, because let's be honest, that's the measure of success you're going to have. At the time in WWE, you're playing to the audience of one. Doesn't matter who's in the building, doesn't matter who's watching on TV. If you didn't make the guy behind the curtain happy, you don't come back. So
to me that sounds bitter. Like I hear bitterness
from Jeff.
Like that's your fucking experience. Don't put that shit on me. Like, what if I may not be thinking about it that way, but you're telling you like now I'm absorbing your fucking negative because of an experience you fucking had with somebody else. Who gives a shit? It's irrelevant. The fact that he made you have to be Vince's. What? We don't even know how far. Like Abyss really cared. Maybe it would have been the time of his life to work with those people. Like, fuck Vince. He could have worked with so many people more than what he had the opportunity to work with.
Yeah, but he's not working with anybody if he doesn't get along with Vince. That's the point. And that's not a Jeff experience. That's an everybody experience. That's why as soon as it stopped being Vince in control, it changed.
Was Abyss... Okay, I agree with you. Was Abyss Jeff Jarrett?
And what do you mean? Like talent-wise?
As a person. Was Abyss Jeff Jarrett? Are they two different personalities? Are they kind of the same? Would you say one's more of a dick than the other? Is one more aggressive than the other? One is more of a dick
than the other. I'll give you that.
Is one more aggressive than the other?
Yes.
Okay, that's your fucking experience. Not mine. I'm not gonna go back there and be a fucking dickhead.
Jeff is the one that held up Vince McMahon for more money because he didn't want to drop the title to China.
Who's to say that Abyss is going to create that much friction? You can survive back there without pissing him off.
No one's gonna say that he's going to go back there and piss people off and be a dick. But at the same time, let's look at the time frame, 2004, right? How many TNA people went to WWE and were successful? None.
Well, probably not a lot.
No, the answer is
are you
none.
saying how many TNA guys were successful or how many went from TNA? Because didn't AJ Styles do it?
Not in '04, he didn't.
Well, I guess
that was way later because of what happened to TNA guys who gave WWE a try. There were a few TNA people who went to WWE, and strictly because they were Jeff Jarrett guys, they weren't really given the opportunity, and they ran screaming from that place. Now, a lot of them came back later when Vince had softened, and if you notice, they all went through Triple H first to get established into the system, but it ended up working out in the end. The only TNA guy who went straight from TNA to WWE that Vince absolutely fell in love with day one was Styles. Right. And that works in Abyss's favor because they're good friends. If you want to sit there and tell me that Jeff shouldn't put his bullshit on Abyss, I'll agree with you because on the flip side, Abyss's actual friend, AJ Styles, did go to WWE, did get an opportunity to prove himself. He proved himself and became a made man, became WWE champion. So there's two sides to the coin. AJ, I'm sure, would have pushed for Abyss in WWE. As a matter of fact, there's only a handful of times that Abyss has actually been on WWE television, and every single time has been with AJ Styles. Mm-hmm. So there's an element to that, but I don't know if the timing works with the ideology. That all happened later in life, in '04, in the heat of the TNA striving to be either as good or better than WWE. I'm not so sure he would have gotten a fair opportunity. Now, if I'm Jeff and I know that he's not going to get that fair of an opportunity, I don't know what the deal was with telling him straight up that, yeah, you have a ceiling. Like, yeah, you'll face Taker, you'll do good business. You'll face Kane, you'll do good business. And they'll probably build you up to go against Cena, which obviously, let's all be honest, he would have been fed to Cena in '04. So yeah, you'll probably do big business with Cena, boom, boom, and then that'll be it. So instead of telling him that would be it, why don't you just tell him, hey, do your best, do the business that I know you can do. If it works out, great for you. If it doesn't work out, we got a spot for you.
You got a spot for you. Thank you.
Got a spot for you.
And that's it. That's it. We're done. Like at that point, like that's what you should have did. What he did was choose himself over his fucking son. That's all I hear. What he
decided to do was, listen, you have a ceiling there. You're not going to go that far, regardless of how good you are. But here, I could always put you back on top.
Yep.
So, how's about that? Well, this is actually a perfect segue. This has been a very TNA heavy fucking conversation that we've been having because we're going now to the main event. How about that?
It is now time for our main event.
In our main event, to keep this little flow of conversation going, we just said 2 seconds ago that in '04, this would have been a very impossible transition for a TNA guy to go to WWE and be given an opportunity to be successful. Well, that was 2004. In 2024, WWE and TNA kind of started somewhat having conversations. And TNA and NXT have had some mixtures. We've got Joe Henry. We've had Jordan Grace as the TNA Knockouts champion appearing on WWE television. Now, granted, all through NXT, but we all know NXT is basically part of the WWE umbrella. WWE and TNA, just like you said a second ago, I'm going to pick your brain on this. You just said this a second ago. You know, the whole, well, fuck Vince. Just go out there and do what you're going to do. Well, I just told you that in '04, that would have been an almost impossible thing to do. There's no way you're going to be any kind of successful without being on Vince's good side. Well, the fuck Vince mentality that you just spoke about is in effect right now. Nobody in that company gives two shits what Vince McMahon has to say about literally anything, and it shows so far within the product because we've had TNA people, current TNA talent, appearing on NXT. There's a big rumor now that Joe Henry is the TNA World's Heavyweight Champion based off of the pay-per-view the Genesis just had. Joe Henry is their champion. There's a lot of people clamoring for a Royal Rumble appearance, which would be huge because we've had the Knockouts champion. We've never had the TNA World Champion whilst he was champion on WWE programming. That would be game-changing. And there's a lot of factors in this. So, the WWE and TNA, let me read the official because I don't want to mix up my words here. This was put out on the WWE.com website. WWE, part of TKO Group Holdings and TNA Wrestling, one of the world's top wrestling brands and a subsidiary of Anthem Sports and Entertainment, today announced a multi-year partnership aimed at creating unprecedented crossover opportunities within WWE and TNA programming for NXT superstars and TNA wrestling stars. The agreement will enable talent to garner additional exposure across key WWE and TNA programming, including weekly flagship shows such as NXT, which airs live on the CW, and TNA Impact. Select WWE Premium Live events and TNA pay-per-views, in turn bolstering their in-ring development with exposure to world-class talents and coaching. There's more to it here. It's more a repeat of everything that I just said. TNA Impact airs on AXS TV and TNA Plus in the U.S., which is their streaming app, in addition to being distributed internationally on TNA Plus and other leading broadcast platforms, including Sportsnet's 360 across Canada. So basically, in a nutshell, WWE is not going to be pushing TNA through their main programming. It's under the WWE umbrella, and they're using this opportunity specifically for developmental purposes. You and I sat here and went over the list a while ago of all of these athletes that they signed to come in and be WWE superstars. And that was a while ago, and they've been working through that program for well over a year, going on 2 years, maybe even more than that. And that program has seen a lot of pros and has seen a lot of cons. Tiffany Stratton, Bianca Belair. There's a number of Femi right now, who is the current NXT champion. We've seen our fair share of pros. Kalani Jordan, Jada Parker, Lola Vice. They've had some successes so far. They're developing nicely. But for every one of those, there's been at least 5 or 6 who just don't get this business. They're not picking it up. And for the first time in WWE history, they've finally decided, and rightfully so, that maybe being inside the WWE bubble for literally everything may not be the best idea. Maybe it's time to branch out some of these people, get them some real world experience, so to speak, in different atmospheres, in front of different audiences. There can be an argument made that TNA audiences and NXT audiences are very, very different. But at the same time, it's more exposure, it's more all that stuff. They said multi-year deal. I'm going to safely assume we're easing into some shit. The NXT-TNA relationship will continue to happen, I'm sure. There is one thing that they can do that would shock the wrestling world to its core. It would mean nothing to the overall bottom dollar of WWE or TNA, to be honest with you, to be fair. But there was one thing that WWE could allow to happen, that if they did that, it would just warm the hearts. AEW would be fucked if they did this. just to warm the cockles of everyone's hearts. We, the people, have been dying to see one more time AJ Styles in a TNA ring. And it's been virtually impossible for obvious reasons. This is the first time where it's not completely out of the realm of possibility. And not just AJ, but if we're really trying to help the developmental of both sides, the NXT talent and the TNA side, because they have a lot of young talent as well. WWE currently houses a large number of TNA alumnus that would be really beneficial for TNA to have access to. And on the flip, you said something earlier that I put a pin in that for this exact conversation. when you were talking about the women's division, and when you were talking about how the tag team division in WWE, what was it you said? It wasn't really their thing. It wasn't really their strong suit. Is that what you were saying
It's
earlier?
not something they need to prioritize right now.
That they need to prioritize. Thank you. Yeah, it wasn't something that they needed to prioritize. So, as I just mentioned, we have WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, but we also have a ton of women tag teams in NXT that we're grooming, that they're bringing up at some point once they get more experience under their belt. But TNA has a TNA Knockout World Tag Team Championship already kind of in place, and they've got women tag teams as well. So if you don't want to spend the time putting together tag teams, you have another roster here with teams already in place. Not to mention with this, you want to say, oh, you can send AJ to TNA. You can send Robert Roode to TNA. You can send, there's XYZ to TNA. You know who's on the TNA side? The Hardys. Mustafa Ali. Eric Young. And if you don't want to go the WWE route, like they used to be in WWE, Moose. You got Hammerstone here. You've got a litany of new stars. Well, I was going to say Chris Bay, but he's currently injured. But because I'm looking through, Dolph Ziggler's on this roster. Nick Nemeth is in TNA. Santino Marella is in TNA right now. So they have a lot of different opportunities we can see some returns. We can see some debuts. It's freshening up. Our boy Mike Santana in TNA looking for an opportunity. He would be frothing at the mouth to do something with NXT right now. A lot of hungry guys in TNA who I think personally could use some spotlight in WWE, but I also see some people in WWE that could use some spotlight. I think this is a good deal. Mm-hmm. I like this for everybody involved. I love the fact that this is not a Vince McMahon handled thing either. That this is going to be treated somewhat fairly in how it's done. Because Triple H and Shawn Michaels have booked TNA talent to win. It's not like they brought him in and had their NXT guys beat the shit out of him. I think Jordan Grace defended the Knockouts title on NXT television successfully. She put the title on the line. They just had the pay-per-view. TNA just had the pay-per-view this past week in Genesis. The NXT Tag Team Champions, Fraxium, they showed up. Cora Jade showed up. You never know what's going to happen. And I think that brings back some of the old school vibes that we used to have back in the Attitude Era days when a guy would be on Raw on Monday and wind up on WCW Thunder on Thursday. You didn't know. Because you weren't hooked up to the backstage politics. You didn't know what the contract situations were. And shit, people would just fucking appear on shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I dig it. I do want to add to what I said earlier about this partnership. Holy shit. Would this have been cool to see 20 years ago? To go back to that roster that we were talking about just a second ago, WWE roster of 2004, I listed all those names for you for the WWE, but here are some of the names from TNA in 04. Abyss, Styles, Shelley, Amazing Red, Bobby Roode, Chris Hero, Christopher Daniels, CM Punk. CM Punk's there right now. D'Lo Brown had went to TNA. Delirious. Fucking Harris Brothers. We got Dustin Rhodes here. Elix Skipper, Eric Young, Frankie Kazarian, Hernandez, James Storm, Jarrett, Jerry Lynn, Jimmy Rave. Fucking, these are Juventud, Shamrock, Kevin Nash, Kid Cash, Conan. Oh, man. Matt Sydal, Loki. I'm saying names. Petey Williams, Shark Boy would have been money in fucking WWE. Don't play with me. Scott Hall, Sting, Sanjay Dutt, Sonny Sayaki, Teddy Hart. Not Teddy Hart. Scrap Teddy Hart. I don't mean that one. Shane Douglas. Monty Brown, the alpha male. This is a very similar setup. I'm saying these names and people hear them now in 2024 and they go, man, that roster is loaded. But in 2004, these were nobodies. These were the young guys. You take these young guys and you go back to that WWE roster that I was just pointing to. Can you imagine Styles versus Randy Orton in 2004? Fuck. Godly, I'm hard again. Jesus Christ. There's so many fucking opportunities that could have happened here. But if you think that in 2009 or 2010 or whatever, when the best could have probably made the jump, that he would have been shit on because he was a Jeff Jarrett guy. Oh my God, no 4? There's no way. It was fresh. That shit he pulled with China was in 99. It had only been 5 years. There's no way Vince would have worked to deal with that. But if they would have been able to get past that, this would have been a hell of an opportunity for both fucking companies. The TNA at no point in time, from its debut to today, is never going to rival the WWE. No one ever is. AEW has tried and failed.
Especially now who's running it now.
Now
it's fucking taking off.
Now it's a done fucking deal now.
Yeah.
You had your shot when Cena.
WWE and it's running clean? Oh my God.
Yeah. And it's running. WWE right now is actually, if you think about it, WWE right now is being ran by a money mark. The guy who owns the
Don't
guy.
say that, man.
No.
You're gonna give them all hope.
No, but this is think about it. Vince McMahon, when Vince McMahon owned the company, he was the guy who built it from the ground up, right? I mean, it wasn't he didn't get nothing for his dollar. He inherited talent and a video library and all that stuff. He didn't start from zero. But what I'm saying is that he overhauled everything that his dad did. So even the shit that he got, he kind of redid it. So he started over in essence of what he was trying to do in becoming a national company. He grew with it. So the WWE was always his vision. It's always what it was, even down to the end, all the way to WrestleMania 38. It was always him. And if he was a mark for anything, it was himself, which worked great in the height of things and then not so great toward the end. But TKO doesn't have a history in the wrestling business. They don't have any experience in it at all whatsoever. They're just paying the bills. That's a money mark. But TKO is a smart money mark. I'm investing in this company as a businessman, which means I'm going to pay XYZ, but I expect ABC as profit. That's it. That's all I'm really doing.
You're letting your managers manage.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm letting the people who know the business, I'm letting them run the business so they can make me money. That's what a money mark should be. The problem is, Tony Khan, he wants to have his hands in everything and he doesn't know how to do any of it. So he's not making money at it. Whereas opposed the other guys are making right now money hand over fucking fist. And while Tony Khan is allowing people to draw millions of dollars by taking a person and tombstoning them on a set of stairs and then kicking out at 2, the WWE is making billions with some guy in sunglasses waving his arms up and down in the corner. We're not playing the same game, apparently. So it is what it is. But I love the opportunity that's being done here. I love the opportunity that some of these guys are going to get. I wish all of them the best. And I'm glad they had that opportunity without having to go to the land of lollipops and guilds or whatever the fuck, the Munchkin land over there in AEW. Or as the internet people have started calling it, all empty wrestling because of all the empty seats at the AEW shows. There was a funny meme I saw.
My buddy calls it Harry Potter wrestling. And the reason why he calls it that, he says, because they do the most ridiculous shit on their shows. Like the example, like people being set on fire, hit with all kinds of crazy shit, but then they'll be on the very next wrestling event with a single scratch on them. So he's like, dude, these motherfuckers will they will beat the shit out of each other, and then come back the next match, nothing wrong. He's like, I swear to God, they got like healers back there or something. They just come out unscathed.
Some sort of voodoo women in the back.
Every time. I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, yeah. So, I wish them all the best. I hope that everything works out well for everybody involved, because if there's anything that I love, it's good fucking wrestling and a successful... There you go. Let it out. That's for Applejacks up there. That's for you, big
There you
guy.
go.
That one's for you. I'm about to get me some Applejacks. Fuck all this noise. So yes, that was WWE and TNA. So before we go ahead and get out of here, I would like to let everyone know that the Royal Rumble is going to be at it's going to be in Indianapolis on February the 1st. They've already announced some of the participants in the Royal Rumble match. We have an undisputed WWE Championship ladder match. We have a lot going on. This Saturday is Saturday night's main event. I didn't really put that together for this podcast because who gives a shit? Nothing's going to change. It's a big event, and they're leading towards the Rumble. The Rumble is what's going to solidify a lot of our WrestleMania plans, so I'm excited for that. As previously mentioned, on a personal note, I will be at the House of Pombo, and we will be enjoying a great night of professional wrestling. If you want to take the drive, you're more than willing to join. But we here at Orsini's Uncensored Mind, we want to put together a live episode for the Royal Rumble, and I spoke today before we went on the air. February 1st is a Saturday. That's the day of the pay-per-view. I felt like the last time we did a roundtable, it was way too far away from the pay-per-view. So much had happened in between. We didn't get a chance to talk about all of it. So we're not doing that this time. So the day before, Friday, January 31st, we go live. And in color. 7 p.m. start time for us. We will be doing the live roundtable for the Royal Rumble. I won't do something nearly as long as we did for the we did the last Survivor Series, but I do want to do something Royal Rumble related, leading up to us discussing the card. But I have a lot of things to work out for that. But I'm just giving you guys the heads up that the 31st. Will be the live roundtable. So you and I do not need to meet on the 28th, which is next week, Tuesday. I guess we'll just do it Friday if you're cool with that. Mm-hmm. And that'll be that week's episode. So looking forward to it. Should be dope. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're talking about the Royal Rumble. We're talking about some wrestling, so come check us out. Chat with us. Talk with us. Be a part of the show with us as we talk about the Royal Rumble. So, on that note, thank you for listening, thank you for downloading, thank you for sharing, and of course, without a doubt, I always want to make sure I thank you guys for enjoying. We are out of here. Outsville. I got stuff to do. Peace.
Mic drop. Wait a minute. This is too much. Cooking it like a pro. Wrap it up, everybody. Show's over.